Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I am bringing you my February thank you gifts that I am sending my customers that shopped with me during February. These cute little wraps have inside them a little tea bag. I absolutely love my tea. In fact, my husband quite often will come home and say to me, how many cups of tea have you had today? It's a bit of a joke. He thinks that I must drink about 20 cups a day, and I actually don't. I am quite good, but I do love my tea. I don't drink coffee, so tea is my thing. So inside each of these is a tea bag, and as you can see, they've got a little belly band on them and a little bit of a cute decoration. So I'm going to show you how I've made these. So we start off with a piece of DSP that measures 5 1/4 by 7 3/4 inches. You may have noticed that I'm using the, well, this year retiring in colours. I've got quite a bit of the paper, so I thought what better way to use it up than with my treats. Okay, so like I said, we have the DSP that is 5 1/4 by 7 3/4. We are then going to score it with the 5 1/4 across the top. We're going to score it at 1 1/2 and 3 3/4. We're then going to rotate and we're going to score at 2 1/2 and 5 1/4. Then I'm going to get a bone folder and fold and burnish all of our score lines, which are simple and easy. Okay, I'm then going to get our scissors and we're going to cut away the 4 corners. So when we get to these 2 at the side, I'm just going to cut slight wedges. So the side bits excuse me, we'll just have a little wedge, the rest of it is left as it is. Just the 4 corners. Oops. The last one. There we go. There's our little wrap. Okay, so simple as now. We are just going to pop our tea bag in the middle, and the tea bag is slightly bigger, just an actual fraction of bigger. And I didn't want to stop messing about with 1/16 of inches here and there, because it is such a nightmare when trying to do them, and it's so much easier to do it this way. So sticking with what I've done so far, we're just going to bring these in together, fold the bottom up, and then fold the top over. Now you will notice, because obviously it's slightly bigger, as I said, you will have to give it an extra little fold just to reinforce that line. And then obviously we have our belly band, which we're going to wrap round. Now before we wrap it round, on the side that matches your paper here, we're going to put a tiny little strip of tear and tape across one end. Then we are going to put it round our wrap. Let's do it that way so that the script's the right way. Obviously we have our tear and tape that end, so I'm going to drop that one in first, and then this one will go over the top. Give your sides a little bit of a press just to reinforce them, and then we can take the backing off the tear and tape. Make sure it's lined up as best you can and give it a little press. And there's your belly band on your tea bag. Just needs a bit of decoration. So I have decided to get the Petite Petals punch. This has been a favourite when I actually joined just over a year ago, and I think it's really cute, and it's perfect for just these little things when you just need a little bit of something and you're not really sure what. So I'm going to punch a couple of these out, and then I'm going to sponge the edges. So I've just got a little sponge here, and as you can tell from earlier, look, I have the ink all over my fingers from some I was making earlier. And I'm just going to sponge all the way around the flowers. Don't need to be particularly neat about it, just adding a bit of colour to the edges. So there's one. Obviously all the items that I'm using can be purchased. There is a link to my shop just below. If you click on the drop down arrow, it'll open up the box below, and there's a link there to my shop, and you can, well, my shop within Stampin' Up, where you can purchase all of the items I'm using, including the sponges. I now have a green thumb. That's not going to look good when I go out tonight, is it? Okay, so those are our two little flowers. What I'm going to do now is bring in my mat, pop the flowers on, get my scoring tool, and with the bigger end, just press in the centre. And it just gives them that little effect that makes them pop a little bit more. So once that's been done, I'm going to grab my glue dots and just pop one on the back of each one. And then we're just going to stick them onto the band. And then just to add a little bit of something to the middle, I'm using the white Perfect Accents. Just one in the centre of each one. And now all that's left is my sentiment. So back in with my Cucumber Crush card, and I'm using the Thoughtful Banners. The image here fits perfectly inside the classic label punch, which is what I've used. But I don't want to use all of that. I'm simply just using the little thank you, which I've got on here on my G block. So back out with my Cucumber Crush. And I'm going to do it across the bottom here so I'm not wasting too much. And I'm just going to get this lined up. Now I'm putting it, you'll notice I'm putting it slightly to the left, and there is a reason for that, which I will show you. So where we have him stamped out slightly to the left, but I don't want all of that, and I don't want this excess either. So I'm going to go back into my punch, and it is a case of eyeballing it, but just roughly gauge, roughly gauge where where you want your word to end, and then you just punch it, and you actually have almost an arrow shape, which I quite liked. So I'm going to add a couple of glue dots on the back of this, just slide him underneath the flowers and pop it on, and there we have it, our finished tea bag with all the colours. And these are the first 5 that I've made, so if anybody wants to come and help me make the rest, then you're more than welcome to. Like I said, if you come and shop with me during February, you will receive one of these little thank you gifts as well as a card, just to say thank you for choosing to shop with me. Like I said, the details are all below, and hope you have a great day. Thanks very much. Bye.